Hey YouTube, happy Friday! Welcome back to the Jess channel. Today I'm doing a teen book review. Most of these books are for girls, but there are several that guys would love too. So this is for all you guys who love reading, but just have a hard time finding books sometimes. So let's get started. I have a lot to go through. Book number 1 is called Beauty Begins. It's by Chris Shook and Megan Shook Alpha, a mother and daughter team. This is a really awesome Christian book, and it helps you realize your identity and where your true beauty comes from. Not the worldly mirrors, not parental mirrors, not peer mirrors. It comes from Christ's mirror. So this was a great book. I finished it in just a couple days. It didn't take me that long. I literally sped through it because I was just hungry for more chapters. I loved this book. I highly recommend this one. I don't know why, guys, but I love taking the paper covers off of books. This one has a really cool spine. We'll have a contest at the end for all the books with paper covers to see which one has the coolest spine. So this one is definitely a keeper for me. Book number 2. So book number 2 is Live Fearless by Sadie Robertson, a call to power, passion, and purpose. This was a great book. It took me a while to read it, but worth it in the end. It definitely helped me to learn to live without fear. And Sadie is such a great author. She gives these life stories, testimonies that I loved. This one is definitely a great book for girls. She has a really beautiful Christian insight, and I loved how relatable she was in this book because I believe she was in her 20s. So not too many years apart from me, so she was really relatable, which I loved. I love relatable books. Book number 3 is To Best the Boys. This was an amazing book. I love this book so much. I've only read it once, surprisingly, because I just have more and more books coming in that I want to read, but I will definitely be reading this one twice. It was kind of reminding me of, it gave me like a Harry Potter kind of vibe, but it's fictional. It's about a girl who wants to best the boys. I'm not going to give you any spoilers because it's so good. You just have to read it. I mean, this book can go for girls and guys, but it's so awesome, guys. Go read this book. It's really good. This author's pretty good too. This is the only book of hers that I read, but I just found her on Amazon. Actually, I think I went on a Christian bookstore, and this was on there, and I love it. So good. Definitely fantasy. I really like this one. Book number 4 is Butterflies by Susan Gervais. I love this one also. Not my absolute favorite, but it's really good. I'm just going to read you this little piece on the back. I know there are miracles. The professor said there are miracles. I'll have soft skin and pretty hair one day. One day I'll wear my hair up. I'm not going to give you any more spoilers, but this book is really inspiring. It's about a girl who goes through a trauma, I'm not going to say what, and she comes out of it all the more stronger, and this one was really inspiring. I really liked this one. This is a great book for girls, teens, even preteens. This is a great book. Next book, book 5, is A Mango-Shaped Space by Wendy Mass. Literally, this book contributed to so much of my imagination in writing. Oh my gosh, this author is amazing. This book is on the subject of synesthesia, a girl who has synesthesia. If you don't know what that is, go look it up because it's awesome. And these are the books on the back. This is Jeremy Fink and the Meaning of Life, Every Soul Star, and The Candy Makers. I literally have every single one of these books sitting on the shelf next to me, like right there, because this author is so good. I think this is my favorite book of hers. Wendy Mass is definitely an amazing author. This book is for girls and guys, but I would say mostly girls. Stargirl. This was a great book. I think it's for girls mostly. It was written by Jerry Spinelli. I was actually surprised it was written by a guy because it was just so beautifully written. I'm going to read you the back because it's just so curious. She was elusive. She was today. She was tomorrow. She was the faintest scent of a cactus flower, the flitting shadow of an elf owl. We did not know what to make of her. In our minds, we tried to pin her to a corkboard like a butterfly, but the pin merely went through, and away she flew. Oh, this is a good book. There's actually a sequel to this book called Love, Stargirl, and they're both awesome. Actually, Disney just made a movie from this book, not the second one, but this one, and it's called Stargirl. And they actually included a lot of details in it, which I was so proud of. It's actually on Disney Plus. You can go watch it for free if you have Disney Plus. But this book, definitely amazing. But the sad thing is, you can't take the paper off. It's glued to the book, so we can't see the spine. Sorry, this one's not in the competition. Next book is We Were Beautiful by Heather Helper. This is a great Christian book for girls. This was a really great book. I love how thick it is, but I went through it really quickly. It definitely made me want to read another chapter, just another page. But this is definitely a good one. Guys, go read this. I think this is more a book for teens than preteens. It's kind of more mature, but this one was good. Next book, 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, there's so many. 4, 5, 6. Is it really the 8th book? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I guess so. Okay, by now I'm sure everybody's heard of these books or seen the movies anyway. But this is one out of a ton of Goosebumps books. This is book number 30. What's it called? It Came From Beneath the Sink. This is, I think, my favorite Goosebumps book. I have a whole shelf filled of Goosebumps. I don't even have the whole collection, but I think this one is my favorite. It's so funny. These books are really, really short. Like, only 112 pages. Like, literally, I could either read this for, like, I could read probably this book in 2 hours, or if I spread it out, like 2 nights. These are definitely more preteen. They're more for preteens, but literally anyone of any age could read this and enjoy it. Like, that's how good they are. The next book I'm about to show you is by my #1 author right now. This is The Memory House by Rachel Hawk. I love this author so much that after I read this one, I went ahead and ordered another book from her. I think the 4 books that I know she's written so far are The Writing Desk, The Love Letter, The Wedding Dress, and The Memory House. I have read The Love Letter and The Memory House, and as soon as I have money, I will go get The Writing Desk and The Wedding Dress, because she is that amazing. Like, if you can pick any book out of all the ones I've showed you, this one. If you're a girl, this one. And this last book, or series, I should say, is what changed my life as a writer and a reader. Literally, they did change my life. I would not be the writer I am today without reading these. And these were geared more towards preteens, but like I said for the Goosebumps, anyone of any age could read these books and be satisfied. The books I am speaking of are A Series of Unfortunate Events. This is the first book, and it's called The Bad Beginning. Even though these are pretty sad books, they are actually really inspiring. The author, Lemony Snicket, is super creative with his writing, and I absolutely recommend these. There are 13 books in the series, and I don't even think it took me probably not even 6 months to read through them all. They get thicker as the series goes on, which I absolutely love. This is the smallest one. The biggest one is probably twice this. But I love how the books grow, because as I am starting out small, reading a little bit, my knowledge is growing, and so are the books. But if you could read any of these books besides this one, if you're a guy or a girl, these are your choice. Even if you are 15, 11, any age really. These books are your pick. Go and buy these. They literally changed my life. So these are our 2 contestants for the Spine contest. To Best of Boys and Beauty Begins. To communicate with me, to vote, give a thumbs up if you think Beauty Begins is the prettiest spine, and a thumbs down to Best Boys. Not that it's a bad book. That's just the sign you're using to communicate with me. Let's see who wins. So those are all the books I have today. I hope you guys found some new inspiration and some new books to go buy, because if you're a writer or you would like to get good at writing, reading is the way to do it. Or if you just like reading and like binging books. I love that. I just made that up. Oh my gosh, I was about to say hashtag and I meant to say copyright. Copyright, binge books, if that hasn't already been created. Make sure to like and dislike for the Beauty Begins and Best Boys books, whatever you want to vote, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and hit that bell icon so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. See you guys next time. Bye!